toys than I can sell, and I don't need any more of yours, and I have extended more credit than I should.
But Herr Neighbor, surely you can buy a few trinkets. You must know how hard it's been for us.
Well, I could give you 3 coppers for the whole bag.
The whole bag? What you... Come on, Mother. We'll sell the toys somewhere else.
Well, that's very resourceful, Nicholas. Pray when you do, you come around here and pay your debts. Now I have to get back to my customers, my paying customers. Fritz, escort the walk-ins away from my store.
Yes, sir, Herr Gildeberg. You heard him. Move along. I'm sorry. You know how it is.
He should be selling the toys in his shop.
His shop? You well enough that he would never do such a thing. It galls me that we could rely on him for credit in the first place.
He was your father's partner.
Then he should deal more honorably with my father's widow. He cheated my father, and now he owns the toy shop they built together.
Nicholas, pride makes a very unsatisfying meal. Your father had such pride. You have his hands as well as his stubborn head.
The walking name once meant a great deal around here.
It still does. And why is that? Because you did inherit more than your father's pride. You inherited his talent.
It's nothing to boast about. I'm just a woodcarver.
Dame Martin, good day to you. And you too, Nicholas.
Good day, Kristen. Don't you have a greeting for Kristen, Nicholas?
Of course. Greetings, Kristen.
So, Kristen, how are things at Christmas in the Bergen household?
Like it is every year. Papa is more pompous than ever, Mama is cooking more than ever, and Waldo and Sonia, well, there's more of them than ever.
Well, but how are you, Kristen? The mayor's daughter, you must be involved in everything. Parties. Just all sorts of Christmas festivities.
Oh, parties and dances, just one right after another. I can hardly tell them apart. Just one continuous whirling celebration, that's me.
Mother, the clock? We must go. Kristen surely has lots of things she'd rather be doing than standing out in the cold.
Cold? No, I'm not cold at all. Not with running from one party to the next.
You look into the flush, dear.
There, you see? And I am cold. And I have too much work still undone. Good day, Kristen.
Goodbye, Nicholas. Merry Christmas.
I apologize for my son, Kristen.
There's no need.
Ah, Kristen, I've been looking all over Norfolk for you. Oh, good morning, Dame Walking.
Good morning, Frida. Well, I must catch up to my wayward son. Good day, girls.
Where have you been? We haven't much time. I have to choose Jan's gift. We'll be here any moment.
Christmas will be here any moment. Why do you always wait until the last second for everything?
What, and spoil the surprise? If I had known what I was getting Jan a month ago, I'd be tired of it by now. This way, we both get to be surprised.
The surprising thing is that you almost make sense.
That always almost makes sense. And so, what are you getting, Nicholas?
You know we wouldn't. How could you ever suggest such a silly idea?
It's perfectly natural to give gifts to old friends.
We were friends once.
You were more than friends once.
Nicholas hardly speaks to me. You should have seen him just now. He barely acknowledges my existence.
Talk about being silly. Nicholas is just worried about his mother, and his carvings, and his money.
And everything else in life with me. And if that's what he wants, that's just fine.
Just fine?
No, it's not fine. It's awful. It's horrible. If I were a sensible girl, I'd just forget it and find someone else. It's not like I couldn't, you know. It's just that you wouldn't, you know?
Frida! Oh, hello, Kristen.
Hello, Jan.
Kristen, it's time for lunch. Come along home.
I'll help you with your little problem later, Frida. Jan, you better take charge of this scatterbrained fiancé of yours. Otherwise, your wedding day will be full of surprises for the both of you.
What in the world did she mean by that?
never you mind. You just worry about Nicholas. Have you been thinking about them?
Nicholas and Kristen, constantly, just like you told me to. Have I decided how we can get them back together? No.
Jan!
I haven't a clue. First of all, Nicholas is way too concerned with money, and secondly, Kristen is too shy to do anything unless he takes the first step. It's a question of which came first. She's a chicken, and he's a bad egg.
And you're too dim to see the obvious.
Which is...
If they won't do anything for themselves, then it's up to us to do something for them.
What a brilliant idea! But, so what do we do?
I have it! It's so simple!
What?
Well, first, you tell Nicholas that Kristen has been abducted by that huge furry ape man everyone's been talking about, creeping about in the woods.
I haven't heard anyone talking about a huge furry ape man.
Then start talking about him. Oh, and he's a scary name.
Great.
What about Squish Squash? Ooh, that's scary. And then you and Nicholas form an expedition to save her. And when he saves her, she'll swoon into his arms. And that's that.
Frida, what are we going to save her from?
Oh, why Squish Squash, of course. He's awful.
Frida, there is no squish squash.
Oh, that's right. Okay, what about this? I get Kristen to come with me into the forest to look for, the unicorn.
What unicorn?
You silly, the one that
Everyone's been talking about. Of course.
And then you tell Nicholas that you've heard there's a tiny little man with a pot of gold. That'll get him, he loves gold. Out in the forest, see?
Do you mean a leprechaun?
Is that what they're called?
Leprechauns are in Ireland, not Nordvik.
Then make it a Nordvicon.
Kind of make up a story. Why don't you say Kristen was abducted by Vikings?
Vikings? Here? In the North Country? Who would ever believe such a ridiculous story? I mean, really, Jane.
I may be of some assistance.
Oh, gracious, who are you?
Oh, hello. Frida, these are visitors to Nordvik. They arrived last night from the capital. May I introduce Frida Balderson? Frida, this is Mariel and Hair...
Unfortunately, I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I may be able to help you.
Oh, help us? I don't think we should accept help from a perfect stranger.
Why, that's very observant. Few people are able to recognize perfection. My card.
A perfect stranger. No questions asked, so no questions answered. Performs any task, for love or romance, for a small bag of silver, for a large sum of fun. He'll dance with the devil, he can turn back the sun. Quarrels mended, estrangements scented, charms you can try, charms you can buy.
That card says all that.
There's more on the back.
I read what's on the back.
I meant the back in the back of that.
No strings attached, he's better than a neighbor. No deck is stacked, no charge for the labor. All purchase is final, and there's no receipt, 'cause there's no denial that his spells are complete. Brew a potion that claims devotion, make up a spell, candle, book, and bell.
I guarantee their love. Money back. Guarantee their love. You just wait and see how it goes. I think you'll be pleased. No, I know.
He knows, he knows, he knows.
If true love is missing,
Then he'll get the kissing.
they have no desire.
Then he'll light their fire.
So go by the betting. We guarantee a wedding. We guarantee a wedding. We guarantee a wedding. I'm perfectly apt. I'm not falsely modest. I'll soon have them trapped. My means quite the honest. To lead them to the altar, I will go the extra mile, and they'll never falter till they dance down the aisle. I need solution for their confusion, and a nice reflection of my perfection. And for all of this, what do I ask? contemplate the past. What a perfect stranger told you. No questions asked, no questions answered if there are no questions asked. No questions answered if there are no questions asked.
You know something, Jed? I think this man is a magician or sorcerer or something.
Better than a squish squash. Anyway, so what if he is? Neither of us can think of anything that will work. Excuse me, sir, just how do you intend to help us?
Leave the details to me. All you two have to do is get Kristen and Nicholas in the town square by 2 p.m. tomorrow. Now, be on your way.
But can't you tell us a little more than that? I'm not too comfortable.
Be on your way!
So, what are you going to do?
How should I know? Confident scenario, with a bit of confidence and a little luck.
And a lot of luck.
And a lot of luck. All things come to pass. Now, go follow them, see what you can see.
Always eager to learn what fools they be.
Hail, stranger.
Yourself, member.
I'm so pleased to see you again. I have been thinking about what you said.
What I said. What did I say?
You know, about telling certain influential people in the capital about the going-ons in Nordvik.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, I would like to do whatever is necessary to help in any way that I can.
Why, yes, I believe that Nordvik and its inhabitants should get the recognition they deserve.
Yes, but still, the capital is so far away and Nordvik is so small. I suppose if I were to do some magical hocus pocus or something, that might get their attention, eh? Good day to you, sir. Magical hocus pocus.
Magical? Why, man, there's no magic needed at all. There's no magic needed when I have completed the plan I am planning. It's not that demanding, predictable as weather. Don't have to be clever, no spells must be spoken, no circles unbroken. Just bring them together, let love be the tether. They'll make the conclusion, there'll be no confusion. There's no magic needed, it must be conceded. No dark incantation for this situation.